Another week has passed, and we are here to recap Malta Song Contest that happened over the course of 2 nights.
Yes, and what a fantastic lineup of performances, both within the semifinals as well as the grand finals. Pretty great outcome overall, in my opinion, and some surprising qualifiers that made it to the finals, which I know we're going to deep dive into as we progress in this week's episode. But Doug, where do we want to start? Or do we want to also kind of give some shout outs to some other happenings that went on with the world of Eurovision this past weekend?
Yeah, we could just start by giving a shout out to the other song contest that happened on Saturday that we did not necessarily pre-track. So we basically went in blind.
Because you told me to just like... You basically told me to like just pay attention to this one song because it was going to be a guarantee, and then it wasn't. So that's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gaslighting. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. So there was one song that I believe was getting sort of all the attention on the social media, TikTok, etc., and that was Pink Margarita. So it sort of felt like it was either going to be that or Viva Moldova based on, again, just social media, etc. And so I watched most of it. I think I missed like one or two songs during the actual live for Moldova. What's the nicest way to put it? She can't sing live.
Yeah. For our listeners who may not have any idea what we're talking about, Doug sent me a message and he was just like, hey, just so you know, the Moldova National Song Contest is also happening around the same time as Malta's national finals, but we don't really need to pay attention to it. Just listen to Catalina Solomac's Pink Margarita song later this week, because this is really the only song that matters and we should be fine. And I was like, okay. So I listened to it. I was like, yeah, no, I can totally get on board with this. And then I did happen to jump on and watch her live performance, and I was like, oh no, like girlfriend can't perform live. So I should have done my homework is the moral of the story, and just have gone into the lore and did my homework and focused on like both of the song contests at the same time. But no, all my eggs were in one basket, and that was Malta. So yeah, I have some homework to do later this week, and that is like learn more about Moldova's winner this year. But congratulations to them. What I will say, in like the little bit that I know about Moldova's selection this year, is that it is definitely prideful and gives people joy that they are Moldovan, and there's that positive aspect. I do also get some sort of like throwback to 2022's Moldova entry, where we've got a lot of just like hype and excitement on stage and like, hey, yo, let's go folklore and rock and roll. But it's not that. It's like, hey ho, let's go. We're Moldovan and we love it. And so like, I think maybe people will get hyped up just solely based on that. So maybe there is some, chance that they will perform well come like Eurovision semifinal time. I don't know.
We will definitely have to wait to see what else comes out, because I believe that it is a great song for Moldova. Based on what I saw on Saturday, it was their best option. I don't know that it will fare very well, but we'll see. We'll see what else happens.
Time will tell. I mean, let's see what happens between now and May. And
Absolutely.
There are songs when I first hear them come out that I'm like, what are they thinking? But then as it progresses, it grows on me. I like get sucked into it and I get bought in. So this may be one of the ones where right now I'm not vibing with it, but down the road, you're going to see me on the streets of Vienna shaking my tits and twerking my ass to it, and that's gonna be okay. And we're all gonna be like throwing the bills toward me when that's happening. Please do, because Vienna's expensive and I might need that money. So
We'll Venmo. It's Venmo.
Yeah.
It's fine.
In the meantime,
on the opposite,
in the meantime, Pink Margarita goes on the non-qualifying playlist. So
yeah, when there is auto-tune available, it becomes a good audio.
When asked to rise to the occasion and perform live, not so much.
So I will say that on the flip side, a song that will not have to take any time for me to love it is going to be Malta and their winner.
Yes.
So we can just jump right to the spoilers. Aiden has won with Bella,
yes.
and rightfully so. The moment I heard it, I was sucked in.
What's fascinating, and I'm sure we'll break this down a little bit more, but like the jury loved it, and for the most part the public vote also loved it, but it was not their first place winner, but it was highly placed winner. So rightful winner regardless of that. And I'm very excited for Malta to have selected this song, because we've seen Malta pick, great songs in the past. We loved Serving, aka Kant, last year. We love Destiny's Je me casse in past years. I love Chameleon from past years. Like, I love hype songs like this, but to see a song that he himself says is not necessarily what he would classify as a ballad, but more that throwback to cinematic, performative, like genre type of music hypes me up, because just the way that he emotes this on stage is beautiful. It's breathtaking and just like melts my heart, but I also want to say just like my insides in like the most like sensual way possible. And I can't wait. All of that. I know.
It's as you noted, it's cinematic. It's giving like 1930s, 50s, just like big orchestra, like Parisian nostalgia. It is just amazing. It feels like it could have been at the very first Eurovision. Like, it's that kind of a song.
Yes.
It's timeless. I would love to see him perform that with a giant orchestra behind him.
Yes.
Like, how amazing would that be? No, the performance was fantastic. I loved the pedals, the pedal tornado, as he called it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just so excited. I told Ryan I am going to become insufferable the number of times that I play this song, and if this is not on my Spotify Rap Top 5, then I did something wrong this year.
We like flopped it somehow. No ifs, ands, or buts there. Like, what did we do wrong?
I believe, like, we always talk about small countries and voting blocks and how that's going to work. I truly believe that if France had put this song out, everyone would be like, "Oh, they're winning. It's a top 10 song." Right. But because it's Malta, everyone's going, "Oh, this won't qualify."
Well, this is once again, favoritism, and who's in bed with who, and it's all going to be dependent on semifinal placement and this, that, and the other. I'm hopeful that as public vote is also like a tiny fraction of, that component too, that there's a little bit of, rallying behind Malta this year from the public side, and we can skirt them into the grand final.
Because now that the jury, now that now that juries are back in semifinals, I think that could help get this to the finals.
Yeah, I hope so. For sure.
We'll see. I'm just a big fan of Aiden overall. I've been following him for actually a couple of years now. I have several songs of his on playlists. He was previously a runner-up for Eurovision contest for Malta. So back in 2022, he had his song Ritmu that got second place. Of course, he lost out to MESC with I Am What I Am, which was a decent song.
Yeah, I mean, it was cute at the time. And I rallied around it. I thought it was fun and playful for 2022 being what it was. But, looking back, they could have done better.
Yeah, it feels kind of forgettable. But anyway, I think that sort of ever since then, there's been that desire for him that he wants to go to the Eurovision stage. I think he's got the public behind him. And so I think maybe some of that came into play. So you got the folks out there who are like, oh, it wasn't the best song, but he was popular. I'm like, okay, but still, I don't care because Bella is beautiful, and that was my top choice.
Yeah. I mean, if we want to take a look at some of the other songs that were part of the final, we most certainly can, and we can talk through that. I mean, as a runner-up, Matt Black's, the flute. We're just gonna call it the flute.
You're not gonna try to say A-L-A-L-A-L, I don't know.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
Is it a fun song? Yes. Absolutely. And I know that is why that one won the public vote. So let's just state that did win the public vote.
It was close.
It was close. Do I see that as like Eurovision, standout Eurovision? Potentially. Yes, there were just elements of the live performance I found I could not necessarily get behind because it just wasn't as clean and polished as
it was it was chaotic. I wanted right? To see
like there was some like chaos there that I was just like, okay, like we're going there, which is fine. That's their motif. That's their persona, perhaps, but. You do you.
It definitely felt one of those, we don't necessarily have choreography, but I need you to hit that mark at that time. So whatever you do in between, just have a good time with it. And he's like waving his hands and doing weird, like,
I mean, if we want to like make it look like we're jerking off the other backup dancer at one point, like that's fine. Like you do you. Like that is literally what was going on. And if we want to disagree that is what they were doing, we most certainly can, but like
they were definitely playing a traditional instrument. Thank you.
Okay. Like I know what I saw.
Gaslight. It was still a fun song.
Absolutely fun song.
I mean, if you look at my standings beforehand, I said, okay, these are going to be sort of the top three. I believe that those two were going to, be duking it out. So to see the public go, 200 points from Matt Black, 170 for Bella, and then it just significantly falls off.
Drops.
So,
yep.
Pretty much everyone was going for these two songs. So it was no surprise to see them in the top two.
Yep. I think the shocker for me, I thought the top three for sure were going to be those two plus Denise with Trophy, and to see her just kind of like go right into the middle was a bit of a surprise for me. And then to see My Sweet Angel by Michael Bartolo Churchop place third was a bit mind-boggling. But
Very
then
surprised by that.
it does go to show you that like some sex sells. So when you have 4 shirtless backup dancers on stage with you, that can help boost your scores. That's my tinfoil hat of the moment. So like,
That it can.
yeah,
Yes, I think of all the results, uh, what you just said is exactly my thoughts.
yeah,
Denise Trophy, I thought she was going to be in the top 3, so
yeah,
I'm very surprised by that. Um, Mark Anthony or Micah, Mikael
yeah.
with My Sweet Angel. The song is okay. I don't mind everything except I cannot stand Bye Baby.
Hey baby. Hey
Like,
baby.
what are we doing? It just sounds,
making my downstairs tingle just a little bit. I don't know. Like
oh
he's
no, it was giving me like creeper come into my van, like, and
no.
like
Only if he
no,
was like
it
trying to
wasn't
like
working for me.
only if he was trying to offer candy. Then it would like skirt creeper.
It wasn't working for me, and that's fine. But I very surprised that he placed in third.
Okay, baby. That's I mean Mark Anthony placing 4th given that he could not hit some certain notes was also a surprise for me there at the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Unless my ears were off, but there were some moments that I was like, "Oh, that sounds off." Um,
Yeah.
what's going on there?
You know, I wonder if some of that has to do with being a returning artist. Um,
Yeah,
so let's just talk about that for a second. We've got
yeah.
five artists who participated in Malta 2025 who came back very next year.
Mhm.
So Nathan Pasela, the Adria twins, Mark Anthony Bartolo, Kurt Anthony, and Stefan Galea. So those 5 returned, and what, through 3 out of those 5 advanced.
Yeah,
So maybe that had a component.
perhaps. I mean, Stefan not advancing, I think that had to do more with the live performance itself than the actual song. Because like I enjoyed Pose. That is a song that goes on the non-qualifying playlists. Um, because I actually do enjoy the song. I thought he was going to qualify until we actually
So
finished the live performance, and I had to just kind of be like, oh, just choppy. The
I
from
thought,
costuming to actual choreography, like the backup dancers were actually very well choreographed. I was not a fan of the costuming for both the backup dancers as well as for Stefan. And if you're going to pose, let's maybe be a little bit crisper with our posing because that is
was there posing? I
literally,
just felt it. It didn't seem like there was actual posing happening.
yeah, let's be a little crisper if that is the basis of the song. They are trying to give us ballroom, Vogue, boots, Mama the House down. Yes, God. And they missed, in my opinion, they missed the mark. So I think that Stefan has only himself to blame for the choices and selections that they made, for how they actually, delivered that performance. Because as a singer, he did very well, in my opinion, but the overall, actual implementation of said performance was just choppy.
Yes, I agree. I believe that the choreography was a missed opportunity to really celebrate ballroom. And when you're saying pose, and you're not posing at that time, it
Mhm.
did feel like a very missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Um, he also, it's okay not to hold a microphone. That is a moment where I was ready for you to give us a headset and just really go for it.
I feel like you just want everybody to have a headset if there's going to be choreo.
If we're getting into it, like, don't be holding the mic and be like pose, but then be like doing one of these like backwards shimmies.
Exactly.
It
But
just he didn't like he wanted to go and get that representation vote, but he didn't want to give that representation what it deserved from a choreographer.
yeah, I saw the queer representation and I appreciate that very much. It was like it's just choppy, just a chop, and that sucks because I love the song. Again,
Oh, I
non-qualifying playlist. So
the very first time I was like, all right, Steven, we're listening to Malta. And you're like, why do all of these songs sound the same? Oh, I like Pose.
oh, but I like Pose. Yeah, no, and I was just like, this has the potential to like take it to Eurovision, and then to
And then
me
Malta
at
said, no, they're not advancing.
yeah, to me at the time, I was like, it's going to be between Flute, Bella, and potentially Pose, and then Pose didn't qualify, and I was just like, well, Stefan did it to himself. Like, there's no way.
Yeah. I will say overall, Malta just did a very good job of putting this together. You
Yeah,
had 18 songs that spanned a number of different genres. I mean, you had Brutality Mentality with, and that was just they went hard, they went rock. Like, you have the ballad, you have the girly pop. You got a
yeah.
little bit of everything. So I really appreciated the strength of their options.
I did enjoy Brutality Mentality. There was just something about it that was so different that I kind of, you know, held on, like took with it, and
Right.
was kind of on board with it. I was like, if they decided to go rogue and do something like that, I'm here for it.
I think the
So I
Nordic
wasn't mad at it.
would have ate it up. Like
I think they
Finland,
would have.
Iceland, like that's right in their wheelhouse.
Yeah,
So I don't think it would have done horribly, honestly.
I think so too. I think they would have been on board. Circling back, Kurt Anthony not qualifying on the borderline. Good song as a recording. I think he just was like there were parts with his live performance that he just struggled, and that was just kind of rough to watch and go through. So
I
I'm
did
hopeful
feel
that he'll return like in the future. So
I did feel a little bad because of the artists who were from 2025 who came back, he's the only one who didn't qualify both years. And I do think that this song this year had potential. So Borderline, yes. Last year, no, thank you. Like, forget about that song.
we're
But
just
Borderline, I did think had potential, and so I was a little sad to see him not qualify.
yeah. No, I was of the same thought process. Good song. I was behind it. It had a lot of potential, but then he got to semifinals, and as a live performance, I'm just like, pick it up. Like, why are you not hitting these notes? Why do you look like you are struggling? Like, what is happening?
Maybe it was nerves.
It could have been. And we've seen how that plays out with folks sometimes. We've seen it in Montenegro, and we've seen it in other countries. So
Yeah.
maybe next year. Maybe next year for Kurt. Third time's a charm.
There you go. Third time.
There it is.
But honestly, overall, the song, Malta, you did a great job. We're happy that Aiden is going. So props to them. Now,
Yes.
one other thing, like songs aside, that I need to address. We don't need 4.5 hour contests.
Oh my God. I think it was longer. And if it wasn't, it just felt longer. Like,
There were only 12 songs, and it is It was longer than a Eurovision Grand Finals, and there were half as many songs.
There are just times where I'm like, whew, we are still going, and like my brain is just tired.
They were introducing people to introduce the songs.
The songs.
No, we don't need that. Just roll the footage.
Well, and I appreciate the format, at least, in that they're trying to bring back, past representatives for Malta that have gone to Eurovision. I appreciate that aspect. I appreciate how they're really trying to make it what it is. But yeah, the 4.5, 5 hour process is a lot. And just like, we're over here on the other side of the waters watching it. So, we can kind of like hold out because it's like the middle of the day for us. But I'm thinking over there, I'm like, you all are going till like 2 a.m. What is going on?
When it ends at 0200, like, wait, that's 2 a.m. there, guys.
Yeah. And with a semifinal happening on a weeknight, some people might have to work the next day. Like,
on a school night, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's happening over there?
I am all for interval acts too. Like, I understand the whole need for them. Once voting opens, we have to have something to do while we're waiting for the votes. But I don't need 6 songs happening in the middle of the actual contestants.
But I do love me some Baby Lasagna and some Tommy Cash. Like, they still,
Oh yeah, no,
they need that check. They need the check.
I am all for an interval act, but I don't need like I don't need like Aiden to go first, and then the next like 2 songs are interval acts. Like, wait, what? No. Playing you the 12 songs that advance to the finals. Let us start voting and then get to the interval acts. I'm not trying to like tell you what to do, Malta, but I am saying that please, we don't want 5-hour shows.
Just a little bit of feedback. That's all it is.
Somebody want to pass that along to Malta. Let them know I don't need 4 hours.
Oh, goodness.
That's
we've got Aiden. The important thing is we've got Aiden joining Eurovision 2026. Congratulations once again. Looking forward to seeing Bella live on stage there in Vienna. And now we move on. We're going to be getting ready for Luxembourg Song Contest outcomes this coming weekend.
Okay. Yeah, we've got Luxembourg Song Contest coming up. We're going to take a look at probably Denmark and Estonia. Latvia's Supernova is just a couple of weeks away. So there's a lot happening. It's going to be a whirlwind next couple of weeks. By March, we should know what that lineup really looks like. So stick around and we're going to find out together.
Yes, we will. And in addition to that, one of our favorites as well, Finland's, aka UMK 2026, is coming up. They've just started announcing songs. They've already announced the artist lineup, which we're super thrilled and excited about. Katia has already thrown out his stamp of approval, so people are already rallying behind that particular person, and that one is a banger. So stay tuned for more there, but in the meantime, that'll do it for this week's episode. Be sure to let us know your thoughts on Malta National Song Contest 2026 and your thoughts and takeaways from this year's song contest. Are you vibing with the outcome? And what do you think about Aiden's song Bella, as well as other songs that came from their 2026 playlist? Let us know in the comments below if you're listening on YouTube or on our Spotify. We've got our episodes coming out weekly. If not, you can also catch us on the socials. You can find us on Instagram or on TikTok at Eurovision Kiki. Otherwise, stick around and we'll catch you in the next couple of episodes. For Doug and myself, I think we will see you all at our next Kiki.
Bye.
Bye.